Hello guys, and welcome to another profile tree video. So in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the top website builder. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. So our top website builder, I would say, has to be Wix. Now Wix is a leading cloud-based web development platform renowned for its user-friendly interface and flexible design options. Now personally, I do prefer to use Wix myself. I would say that the layout and the platform is very user-friendly as stated. You do have that drag and drop interface, and I would say that's easy for beginners, especially if you have no coding skills at all. You do have templates and customization, and there is a wide range of customizable templates which is suitable for various industries and personal uses. You have the app market as well, so that offers a variety of different add-ons for enhanced functionality like e-commerce, booking platforms, as well as social media integration. And also, not to forget, you do have SEO tools. Wix itself makes it very, very easy. All you need to do is go to the dashboard of the website once completed. Go ahead and fill out the SEO for each of the pages, and with the integrated tools as well, it does help the website rank better in search engine results. And lastly, what I do like about the Wix site itself is that you do have the tablet optimization as well as the mobile optimization, so that ensures that your websites are responsive and look great on all devices. So now we have more of an understanding of what Wix is all about. Let's first take a look at the pricing plan. So with the Wix premium plans, you do have a couple of options to choose from. So starting off with the most basic, which is Lite. So Lite is at £7.50 a month. You get 2 collaborators with 2 gig of storage space, as well as Lite Marketing Suite and a free domain for the year. Now this one I would try to more or less use for portfolios or more of a site that doesn't really need much. Overall, this is not the plan I would recommend if you're starting a business or if you're trying to build a platform where you can push your social media as well as your brand name. Your next plan is the core plan. So it states that you can engage more with your audience, and this comes as £14 per month. You do get up to 5 collaborators with 50 gig of storage space. You get a basic marketing suite. You do also have a free domain for the entire year. You've got basic site analytics. You can accept payments and have basic e-commerce. Now this is great, especially if you are a start-off business and you're looking to maybe have a site to build on. You can have a non-e-commerce site as well. It doesn't have to be an e-commerce site, but you do have that basic e-commerce option. So that's great to have as well. And you do have site analytics and a basic marketing suite. Next is the business, and this looks to be the most recommended for Wix. Now with the business plan, it does come with 10 collaborators. It does have 100 gig of storage space. You've got the standard marketing suite. You've got free domain for the entire year. You've got standard site analytics. It does also accept payments and standard e-commerce. It is more or less the same as core. You do get half of everything. So with 10 collaborators, compare that to 5 collaborators with 100 gig of storage. Compare that to the 50 gig of storage. So this all depends on the needs of your website. So do try to lay out the amount that you would need at the start. So this is when you're wireframing and you're planning out your website. Think about what you actually need for your site before picking up one of the plans. Next, you've got your Business Elite. So this is, I would say, more for the medium-sized businesses. So if you don't already have a website, or if you do have a website and you're looking to maybe transfer over to another platform like Wix, then this would be the ideal plan for you. So you do have up to 15 collaborators with unlimited storage space. Again, with the unlimited storage space, this is great for e-commerce especially, more for the fact that you can add as much content or as many images, videos, anything at all that will take up storage. So you do have an unlimited amount of that. With this, you do have an advanced marketing suite compared to the 3. You do also have a free domain for the entire year. You also have advanced site analytics with this. You can accept payments, have advanced e-commerce, and compared to the three, this one offers an advanced developer platform. So if you're looking to possibly scale up and you're more of a business that needs a larger scale, then I would recommend to go for the enterprise plan. And with the enterprise plan, you do have all of the premium features which we've stated on the Business Elite. As well as this, you do have unlimited collaborators. You've got multi-site management. You have a single sign-in SSO. You've got the dedicated success manager, centralized billing, custom templates, and custom integrations. So all very good plans. The 5 plans all, of course, depend on the need for your site. If you need a little bit more information, you could just visit the premium purchase plan URL, or simply just click on the pricing on the Wix site itself. If you need more of an understanding on the comparison between all 5 of them, then you can go ahead and click on the compare plan features, and this just lists out all the things that you need. So everything's ticked in boxes. You can see here with the customized reports, it is available for the Enterprise and the Business Elite. However, it's not available for Business Core and Lite. You could see as well with the amount of video hours that you can add, the amount of storage space as well. You don't necessarily have to worry about the Wix branding. You did with the editor, or the normal editor, which we'll not be using for this video, but with that you have the option to pay for a cheaper plan, but you do have that Wix branding on the side, which I would say try to avoid that as best as you can. But if you do scroll down, you do have a list of different features and bits of information that you may need in order to understand the plan that you want. So that is that part explained for the pricing. Now what I want to do is get started with the overall overview of what this website builder Wix has to offer. So if you look on the top right, you do have the option for login and get started. So I would go ahead and select the get started. So the overall sign up or login process is very simple. So all you need to do is enter your email as well as your chosen password, and then go ahead and confirm to sign up. Of course, if you do already have an account, then go ahead and select login. Now, if you don't want to create an account primarily with Wix, then you can have or log in with Google or Facebook, which is handy to have. Go ahead and log in if you do have an account already, and then continue with the email. So I'll go ahead and log in now. Once you have logged in, this is what the Wix Studio templates looks like. So again, you do have the option for pricing plan, and you've got your different resources here as well with your product. But what I want to primarily focus on is choosing a template for our build. So with Wix Studio, you do get a couple of options and design templates as well. So on your left side, you do have a couple of different categories, as you can see. And if you have a look through, you do have some design templates as well as some wireframe templates. Now, starting off with the design templates, you can see that these have all been created by the Wix team themselves. Now, looks like there is a couple of dozen templates to choose from, and they are always updating this as much as they can. So this is the overall templates that they have so far. If you are trying to categorize as much as you can and maybe selecting for a particular industry, then you can choose the industry drop down here, and you've got the options for business, technology, creative, and fashion and beauty. Now if you just go ahead and select on that, then it'll give you the options for the best business templates. And then if I select on the technology, then of course it'll provide the best technology templates as well. Same applies for the creative templates as well as the fashion and beauty. Now you might be wondering what the type is, so that is with the e-commerce, portfolio, one page, or the company site. So if you just select on e-commerce, then of course these different templates have a shopping cart option with them and has the built-in e-commerce. All you would have to do is adjust the plan that you have or adjust the items that are in the e-commerce website itself. You do have portfolio, so this is a non-e-commerce site, and with this of course you can choose for a lower pricing plan as well. And then you have the one-page website. It's very useful as well to have a landing page website or a one-page website, and this is where you could base all of the information that you need. Again, you have, by the looks of things, 8 options with the one-page website. Now you do have company site as well, so these are all the constructional websites or just a company type website. And of course we do have the wireframes as well. So moving on, of course we have the wireframes that I want to take a look at first. So you do have an e-commerce wireframe, you've got a landing page wireframe, as well as multi-purpose wireframe, advanced multi-purpose wireframe, advanced portfolio wireframe, and then services wireframe. Now, why exactly does Wix have these wireframes? This is so if you don't like any of the designs that they have, then you have the option to choose a placeholder layout. And this is where you can start adding your own content in, maybe do a couple of tweaks if you don't like some certain areas, or if you do like some certain areas, then you can copy it over and paste it, or you can delete sections as well. So there's multiple different things that you can do with an e-commerce, but or a wireframe, sorry, but a wireframe is primarily there to avoid all of the design aspect of a website. So with the likes of having a design template, it's completely built for whatever the design is for that, and you would have to do quite a few changes in terms of a wireframe, which you have placeholders or very, very plain images as placeholders. So moving on, you've got the features on the left side there. So you've got stores, and stores, again, just pick out the different types of templates for it. You've got bookings as well, which cover a booking feature for the template. You've got portfolio as well. And lastly, you've got a blog feature for each of these templates. Style is mainly just to do with the preference of what you like. So if you like a darker theme, then you can find some of the darker themed templates. Then if you like minimal, again, it'll show you the minimal sort of themes that are available on Wix Studio at the minute. You've got illustrative, so these are the different templates for it as well, and typography. So these are all mainly fonts and text that you will see on the template. So now that we've got an overview on the Wix Studio templates, we'll go ahead and choose our wireframe or our design templates. So for this video, I'm going to go ahead and choose the construction company. Now, you don't have to necessarily go ahead and click edit. If you are unsure of the template itself, you can go ahead and click view. And view gives you that option just to overlook the entire website itself, just to see whether you like it or not. You can see here that the header blends in with the hero section with the video background. We've got our hero or our about us section here, featured project section. We've got our services. So pretty much just skim through the entire website, just have a feel for it, see if you actually like the entire website. Check out how many pages it has as well. So by the looks of things, it has 5 overall pages, including the home page, and check for how it would look on the tablet version, like so, and then maybe take a look at the mobile version so you can see how the mobile version looks. So that to me is a bit too long, but that can be adjusted as well. However, it does look nice, I would say. If you are on phone, maybe change the focal point a wee bit, but For my liking, I think it is too large, so we'll go ahead and change that when we look at the editor. So I'm happy enough with it. I'm going to go ahead and select Edit Template on the top right. That'll highlight blue once you hover over it. Then you'll get this Wix Studio splash screen, so I'm going to go ahead and skip this until we've reached the editing side. So once the splash screen is fully loaded, you'll be redirected to the editor. Now I'm just going to give you guys an overview of the overall layout of Wix. So with the interface itself, I would say it is easy for beginners due to the fact that everything is literally on your face. So if you could see on the top right here, this is a little bit hidden, but you can still see that little arrow on the top right. That'll be your inspector tool or toolbar. So if we open it up, you can see that there's nothing here currently. However, if we select an element to see, you can edit its properties here. So we'll go ahead and try that out. So if I go ahead and click on this hero section, you can see that the inspector tool automatically opens up. So we can go ahead and adjust the width, adjust the height, we can change the responsiveness, we can fit it to screen, fixed height, scale proportionally, so different options there. You've also got your background color, which you can change. You could have the opacity lower or higher, so again that all depends on the preference. You could change the media being the image or the video of the hero section background. It doesn't have to be for the hero section, of course. It could be for multiple different sections. Just depends on the one that you click on. Again, you do have the option for opacity. Now, if you do decide to choose a video, you have the playback speed. So you can go normal, you can go faster, lower. Just depends on the preference for the speed. You can even have a time lapse on that if you are going to be doing it at ×2. You can play that video in loop as well. Again, that only occurs for the video. Now with the focal point that I was talking about earlier on, so if I select the mobile version, you could see that the focal point is to the top right. Now if I wanted to change that, I can highlight that more to the left side, and then that means the preview page on our left will change. So where it was actually perfect. So something like that I would have chosen, or just maybe more to the left, as you could see. Just like so. That would be my personal preference on the design compared to the ones that was originally on here. Now with the actual sizing of the hero section, I sort of want to go for maybe a smaller height. So if I go to the desktop, and I can go ahead and adjust this as how I like. So I'm actually happy with the desktop. However, I do want to change the mobile version. So just go onto the mobile version. This won't affect any of the other breakpoints on the site. And then go ahead and select the height. And you have to make sure that you're selected on section. If I click on one of the elements here, you can see that the height will disappear. So you can go for stack, and then of course you do have that option to change the height. But this is the section that you want to be on, and that unlocks that for you. So go ahead and change the height. I'm going to go for 500, so something a little bit smaller. Once that loads in properly, you can see how it's reduced it by quite a bit. Now the reason why I want to do this is I do want the visitor to see the about area a little bit faster rather than having to scroll down all the way. So I'm happy enough with how that looks for the mobile version. We'll take a look at the tablet version. Tablet looks okay to me. I'm happy enough with how that looks. And then we'll now go on to the desktop version. You can see how it's not affected the breakpoint for the desktop version as well as the tablet version. So it's all good there. It's when you change the mobile version. So that's what the inspector tool can do. It can change elements, it can change sections, it can change quite a few areas. for the entire site. So it's really handy to have this tool on your right side. Again, it will open up automatically as soon as you press something. So if you just pressed on this section, you should automatically get this popping up. But of course, if it doesn't, then you could just go ahead and swipe it out, like so. So that part's easy enough. Now on the left side, you do have quite a few options. So you've got add elements, you've got your layers, your pages, your global sections, site styles. You've also got your app market. You've got your CMS, content management system. You've got your code. So what I want to primarily focus on is the elements, as everything will be in this area. This is where you're gathering most of your items from. This is what helped you design the overall website. So again, you've got image, title, paragraph, button, container, video, shape, line, gallery, menu, repeater. So quite a few different options on the quick add. If you want to select for more options, you do have your different containers. You've got your text, layout, buttons, menu, media, decorative, contact form, embedded, social. You've got quite a few different elements in order to add and create and build your website. So if it's as simple as basically clicking or dragging what you want. So if I want this heading 1 into the hero section, I can go ahead and hold that in. You'll get this translucent blue rectangle, and then you could just go ahead and add that into the site. So you could see that it's changed it to heading 1. With alignment, it's very, very easy as well, because everything just connects. So it's basically Lego on the screen. You can see how it just joins on top of things with those little lines. So you could even check out the middle of what this section is. You can apply it to the side. It'll even give you a warning if you have it outside. So you can see that it's out of the breakpoint. It usually will give you the warning, unless that was for the old build. But of course, you can see this is out of the padding and the margins, so it won't be seen as easily. But I'm going to go ahead and delete that, and I'll actually add a section in. So on the top left again, go ahead and click on sections. You can either add a section through this plus blue button here, as shown on screen, or you can go ahead and add a section from the design sections. So you've got the options for welcome, about, you've got services, products, team, projects, testimonial, banner, and so on. So quite a few different sections to choose from. So if I wanted to go for another about us section, I can simply just click or drag and drop. So if I select this one, again, it's not going to be the same style as it is with what we have going on. However, we can change it to the site styles. So if I select this, go ahead and open this up. And then I can go ahead and select on the section itself. So there's the background. You can go ahead and change, let's see, if we go to section here, you can see that it is at a gradient. That's the color. And then so there's fluid, gradient, you've got gradient, and then you've got the solid color picker. So I'm going to go for maybe a blue. See if I could try to find a blue. Something that'll match the skies a little bit on there. And maybe I'll just flip the gradient 360. So there's multiple options you could do with this. Let's see if we could just drag it down a little bit. Maybe 270. Then I'll click off it. I'll go ahead and scroll down. So something like that. And then it's up to you then to choose what sort of text you want to go for. So that was the, let's see, we'll go up. And then I'm going to go and select the Wix See if I can find it here. Wix. Like so, and then that's changed that. So I'm happy enough with how that's looking so far. Of course, we need to change that image a little bit more, so you could go ahead and select it, change image, and then you do have the option to go ahead and go for maybe something construction. And then I'll just go for something like this, construction management. So that's now I went ahead and changed that. Again, I can change the focal point of where I want this to be viewing. Maybe want this man to be a little bit more to the left, or okay, just a little bit more. And then we can click off that. So that looks a little bit better in my eyes. So that looks good, that looks good. And then says lean more, I'll just change that. Okay. Then of course, with the different sections, then this is where the elements again kicks into place. So that's what the element section is. Now what I want to explain here is the next one, which is the layers section. Now if I click on this, just to demonstrate a little bit easier, and then if you click on the layers, you can see that this is our first section. What I would recommend to do is actually rename each of these sections. So call this hero section, and that means that it'll just be easier to find if you can't find it highlighted. So you could just drop down, you can go to stack, and then you could see that within this hero section you have the options of building visions, experience, and reliable builders. You've got get quote. So that's what this stack contains. And if you are wondering how you would stack, it's easy enough. You just need to click on a couple of different elements on your keyboard, hold down the shift button or the up arrow on your keyboard, and then click on the different elements that you want. So that is pretty much what the layers is. It just helps determine the different areas, what it's layering on. It's like a layer of cake. So you've got your stack below, and you've got the building visions, experience, and reliable builders, and get quote on the top of that stack, and below that stack is the section. So that's how it normally goes, and then the section being called hero. So our next area there is global sections. Global sections, I would say, is another important part of the website, as this is the design of your header and your footer. You have to make sure that you're choosing the right design as well. You can go ahead and make them default, or so you can see here, there's two headers here, but they are both the same. I can set this one as default, and that just helps manage a quicker transformation for each of the different pages. I would particularly say that this is handy for any websites that want to go for a light mode, dark mode type of operation that they've got going. So if one page is a little bit dark, then you could use that header for that page. So you can see how I can add that to that page instead. Or if I want to go for a light mode version, then I can go for a light mode version of that header. So that's why I think this is a cool feature to have, which is the global sections. You can see that the description that they state is global sections can show on multiple pages. Changes you make to one apply everywhere. It's in use on this site. So that's how that works. You do have one default one, but you can't change it around. Like, I'll just show you now. So if I edit that, okay, so I can click add to. You can see that it's on the home page, but it's currently not on the About Us page, get a quote, services and projects. Now if I click off this and select the other header, and then I go ahead and go to add to, you can see that it's on About Us, get a quote, services and projects page, but it's not on the home page. So that's how the headers work. Again, it works the same way as it would for the footer. You can have a light mode or dark mode version of the footer. That, again, is just an example, but feel free to use your own sort of design and ideas for it. And what we have here next is the site styles. So site styles just basically go through the typography, the colors and page transitions for the entire website. So of course when you publish the site, then that's when this particular transition comes in, and this is when you visit the actual page itself, and then you'll have that out and in sort of animation, but you'll only see that once it is published. And then the next one there is the app market. So this is where you can add your blogs, you can create an e-commerce site, you can have Wix stores, members area, events and tickets, and as well as that Wix video, forums, pricing plans, and so on. So you do have a vast majority of different options in terms of that. And then next is the content management system. So the content management system is where you have the option to add dynamic pages to the entire site. You can build custom forms, collect information from site visitors, and so on. But I would say that this is more for the sort of complex build for a site. So depending if you do need it or you don't, then I wouldn't recommend to use it. And lastly, you do have Velo code or JavaScript that you can add to the entire website. So you could simply just select the start coding. It does use Node or just a bit of the JavaScript. So this is particularly handy if there's maybe some features that aren't available on the website itself or on the actual builder. So you can code your own and create and use these different elements to perform certain tasks that you need it to do. So that is the code itself. But guys, that pretty much reaches the end of the video. That is just a quick overview of the entire Wix site website builder. Now I would say that this is one of the top website builders on the internet at the minute, and it is great since you do have the different platforms that you can use, like e-commerce or non-e-commerce, and it is just such an easy website builder to use, very beginner friendly. And I would say that if you don't have any technical expertise with building a site, this would be the one for you. But guys, if you enjoyed the video, let us know in the comment section below. We'd like to know what you think. But other than that, I'll see you guys for the next video. Thank you very much for watching.